live
from sunny downtown.
Does anybody
San
listen to
Diego.
this show?
Yes.
We're not on locals because we never got 100 damn subscribers, you bastards.
I don't even know what locals is anymore. I think I deleted the app.
It's part of
you've got locals, you've got Getter, you've got
locals merged with Rumble.
MeWe, you've got and now
Truth Social.
Yeah. Which I downloaded just because I didn't want to miss any Trump tweets because I think they're amusing.
Yeah, but he doesn't tweet much.
Soon to be back on Twitter.
You know.
Not like he used to on Twitter.
Thanks to the most hated man in America now, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Red pilled now.
He's like public enemy number one. They're removing Tesla, the biggest electric vehicle company in the world, I believe. And they're getting removed, and they're getting removed from ESG, all the ESG lists.
I don't know what ESG lists are.
That's that environment. What is it? Environmental safety, something like that. It's that bullshit woke thing where you're supposed to care about other things besides shareholder value if you're a company.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
like staying in business.
Now.
Like staying in business in this incredibly shitty economy.
Right. Like that.
I do find it very interesting that the Democrats' strategy seems to be Biden boom! Things are great. They're fucking chip dillering, everything's great. Everything's wonderful. Oh no, inflation's just a lagging indicator. And the cratering stock market too? Is that all part of the giant recovery?
Yes.
Skyrocketing prices, out of control inflation, shortages. Yeah, that's the sign of an economy that's just humming along, guys.
Well, I mean, if you ask a Biden person, the stock market really doesn't matter because those rich people need to pay their fair share anyway.
Oh, we don't. It's not one of the things we track. Oh, bullshit. First of all, fuck you, you lying motherfucker, because all we heard in the latter half of the Clinton presidency was you can't impeach a president when the economy's doing well. So you motherfuckers absolutely are monitoring that shit every fucking day.
Yep.
Again. People are so fucking stupid, they'll buy it. Okay. They're not paying attention. They're not paying attention to the economy. That's what you just told people, and that wasn't the lead story. Presidential spokesperson admits administration is fucking clueless. With an economy in free fall.
Yep. All according to plan, Jay.
Yeah. We don't pay any attention to that. Okay.
Yep.
We'll just print up more money.
So
it's all good.
So we'll pivot from that real quick because I really can't talk about it that much. Y'all had a homework assignment from last week, and I think everyone completed their homework assignment.
I did.
Which was to watch the first episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Now, we are all Star Trek fans to one extent or another. I think Jay's like the biggest one of all.
Out of our group, I would say probably.
I used to watch it when I was a kid on black and white TV.
Oh, Alan, uphill both ways?
Yes.
But no snow because Texas.
Right. But, so I mean, we are all familiar with the Star Trek canon and the shows, and we all have our favorite show. And I don't think our favorite shows are all the same. although I could be wrong.
That's an interesting question.
What was your favorite Star Trek, Brita?
It's a toss-up.
Deep Space
I really
Nine or
like
Next
Deep Space
Generation?
Nine.
Yeah, I knew you had Deep
Yes!
Space Nine. Yeah,
I really like Deep Space Nine. Really a lot.
yep. Deep Space Nine was good.
Yeah.
I like Deep Space Nine better than I like Next Generation.
Yes, me too.
Why would you say something so
in
uncontroversial?
In retrospect, yes.
Um,
Like at the time, I loved Next Generation, but it was like, I mean, looking back, it's kind of a nostalgic thing. We would watch it every week. You know, it was like our
right.
family ritual. We'd all go down and watch Star Trek, and it was like a thing. But like in retrospect, I think I like Deep Space Nine better. Just the world. I think I like the world better, which in my mind, it kind of explains why I like Babylon 5 so much. I mean, totally different things, but like I like the whole vibe of space stations. Apparently, also in the Expanse, I really like space station vibe.
Yep.
Like when they were on series, I like that. So
since Deep Space Nine was a direct ripoff of Babylon 5.
Wow. Okay. I didn't see that until much later in my life. I don't know. I missed that.
I don't know either. Anyway, so Star Trek's had its ups and downs. I mean, at the time, Next Generation was awesome because it was the first Star Trek series since the original. And it was fantastic.
Right.
It's like we got Star Trek again.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
And there was a budget for special effects, and we started to see some computer-generated graphics. And it wasn't, shit, we ran out of money, so this week's episode is in Bobby Brady's bedroom.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Like, shit, we're out of money. We're on the gangster planet.
Right. Yeah.
Come on, the Gangster Planet was good, Jay.
Well, the Iosians was Vic Taybeck. I mean, come on.
A piece of the action. That's right. That was also the same. That was third season, wasn't it? It's also the season that gave us what was it?
Trouble
Mission
with
Earth or something like that with the Gary 7 that they tried to do a spinoff show on with the Saturn V launch that somehow turned into an ICBM. Anyway,
wow,
you lost us all, Alan. We will get off.
Anyway, to Jay's point, the budget for special effects was like zero in the original episode,
and you had Shatner just chewing up the scenery, and
right. But then I went back and I watched the first episode of Next Generation,
Encounter at Farpoint,
and I was like, wow, this didn't hold up well at all. This was really bad compared to the later seasons and the other shows and stuff. It was really bad.
To be fair, Deep Space Nine started out kind of slow, and they weren't quite sure where they wanted to go.
Right.
It was, we're at war with the Klingons.
Right.
No, we're not at war with the Klingons.
Right.
And
Notice
it took a little time to find their stride.
Notice that we're not talking about the other shows that shall not be named.
Which?
I tried to watch Enterprise, and it just I got about 2 episodes.
What was the one with Janeway?
Voyager.
That was Voyager. Voyager was where
that one.
I tried.
They were like, let's have the crew members show up at the Bikini Planet. And you're like, oh, God.
Oh my God. I really tried with Voyager and Janeway. And I really was like all Janeway because I was like, oh my God, a female captain and awesome. But this show just was like.
That was the beginning of the down.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
Yeah.
And Enterprise could have been better. It had a lot of potential.
Yep.
And it just failed miserably.
Is that the one with Scott Bakula?
With Scott Bakula, yeah.
Yeah. It could have been really cool. I mean, that was that time in the Star Trek canon was very interesting. First contact with the Vulcans, first warp, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That could have been really cool, except they screwed it all up. And then it kind of went on hiatus for a few years. And then you had
best Star Trek series ever, the Orville.
the Orville. Yeah. The Orville was great. And what was the Tim Toolman?
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. Yeah.
That was the best Star Trek movie.
Quest.
That was the best Star Trek movie.
By Grabthar's Hammer.
I didn't see Galaxy Quest until just a couple years ago. And I watched it. I was like, why have I never seen this? This is like perfect.
Yeah. It's great.
It was literally like a perfect movie. It's great.
Yep.
I haven't seen it. I'm sure everybody listening to this podcast.
They've seen
yeah,
it.
I'd imagine that. Yeah.
But then they went for this Star Trek Discovery thing.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I honestly tried to watch a few episodes, but it was so woke and so horrifically bad, and that I couldn't watch it. It made Voyager look good.
Ooh.
It made Star Trek Enterprise look good. It was that bad. The only good thing about it was you got to see Captain Pike and the original and the early NCC 1701 Enterprise show up in a couple of scenes. I didn't watch, apparently there was more of it. I stopped watching it, but that was really the only redeeming value. So then they decided, hey, let's make Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. We'll make it like the original series where it's episodic. Every, it's like Planet of the Week show. None of this, series long arc bullshit. And it sounded really good. It's the original Enterprise. It's got Anson Mount as Captain Pike. He's a great actor.
You've got Spock. You've got characters you're familiar with. There's Nurse Chapel.
Exactly.
There's Uhura.
And I will stop right there because I have feelings about it. Who wants to talk about it first?
Well, Alan, you're all fired up. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear Jay's opinion.
Because honestly,
he's the biggest Star Trek fan of the three of us, I think.
Honestly, I didn't hate it. I'm willing to watch more. There were some things that irked me, like all of a sudden Spock is like, yo ho ho, gonna damn eat the pain. I'm like, yeah. It's a lot like the Joker. It's a lot like, oh no, he's misunderstood and bullied. No. I know it's like, oh, you're a gatekeeper and everything has to be canon. Yes, it does, because if you're gonna fucking trade on the franchise name, then you have to abide by the rules set down by the franchise. Otherwise, call it something else. You're playing to nostalgia. Now, again, Brave New World, Strange New Worlds, Brave New World. Ooh, little Aldous Huxley with current events.
Yep.
Wasn't that bad. It wasn't, it's one of those I could see over time massaging that into the story, that's a young Spock and he's still learning to, again, if you're listening, guys, this is the way to do it, because he is an automaton in the original series. And, that was the character. And if you have
he was the most Vulcan of all Vulcans because he had to be, because he was half human.
Exactly.
He had to be the most Vulcan there could possibly be in order to be accepted. He had to out Vulcan all the rest of them.
Yeah. And
wow, that's deep.
It's not bad,
that was I read the book. That was that wasn't an original thought. So
again, I'm willing to, there was a nice mix of, there was some action. You still have, I understand what the Next Generation was getting at with Picard doesn't go on away teams. And, it like from a military-ish standpoint, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, we're not Starship Troopers. It's not everybody drops. The leadership stays behind. I get that. And that actually makes sense. And this, because it happens, it's not, it's predating the original series, but not by a lot.
10 years.
It's still that same, that same ethos, if you will. The captain goes down. The captain's, big strapping. I'm the captain. Her, and I'm going to go do this. And that was neat. It suffered from the same problem as Enterprise, which is, how do you set a story that predates the original series and not have people go, what the fuck is this crap? Because I am doing a podcast that goes out to the world on my phone, and they had no clue whatsoever that this was going to happen in Star Trek, which takes place in the future. It's tough.
Right.
And it's tough. Yeah. And that was the beauty of Next Generation / Deep Space Nine, is it happens after the new series. So you can make everything. I mean, they're walking around with tablets in the next generation. And I'm like, a fucking iPad I don't even use sitting over there,
Right.
And so I felt they did a pretty good job of not overshadowing the original series tech while still making it interesting. They had the same communicators, and they had the same, like, the tricorders and stuff. They looked better because we just have better effects now. I know some have commented about, oh, it's woke, they've got everybody represented, but I'm like, that's the original series was like that. I mean, you had a Russian character in the 1960s. You had Uhura, who's there.
Star Trek was famous for the first interracial kiss broadcast on network TV in the 60s.
Yeah, and I guess at that time, it was woke at that time, right?
Sure.
For them to even do that, it would be woke.
I think kind of the big difference is they just did it. They weren't like, we're going to do this because it is the right thing to do.
It wasn't preachy. It was just part of the show.
It wasn't,
exactly. It's just, that's the future.
It wasn't preachy. However, it was intentional.
Sure.
Oh God, yeah.
But that was Roddenberry's vision. That was his vision. He was, Roddenberry was not. He was a socialist. I mean, let's be realistic here. He was a complete socialist. He was not a, he was not, that the whole, the Starfleet doesn't use money, or, the Federation doesn't use money was not an accident. That was intentional because he was a socialist. He was,
I'm trying to remember where I saw that, you have to pay for food. That's so weird. I'm like,
and that was in like Deep Space Nine, when you had the Ferengi that were all the money grubbing.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It was presented as for the shock value. Oh my God, those people use money.
Gold pressed platinum.
Yeah.
And they were the most real species in the entire series.
What'd you think, Brita?
Well, I'm just thinking that, the woke Star Trek now kind of, keeps to the original sentiment of the original, with the first interracial thing and the first Asian actor and the Russian guy and, the miniskirts even. Oh my gosh. Yep. The miniskirts were a thing on Star Trek.
Yep.
And I'm glad in this new Star Trek they kept the miniskirts. So that's
and they didn't have a guy wearing a miniskirt like they did in Next Generation. In the first episode of Next Generation in Farpoint, there is a scene and there's a dude walking along in one of those miniskirt outfits, and he's a dude. So
you know what though? I have seen both of you in skirts.
Those are kilts, and they are
Okay.
not mini kilts either.
You may call them what you will. However,
If the skirt comes to mid thigh, it's not a kilt. It's a mini skirt. I'm just saying.
That's where they were at the tilted kilt.
Yeah, but those were
it's
women.
a
That's
difference
okay.
of inches, you know.
I have seen 3 episodes of this new series, so I have
Oh,
You have advanced
I
knowledge.
have advanced knowledge. So I have a couple of comments I have about the show, and I actually I watched the first episode twice. I watched it the first time I watched it, I was appalled and I was screaming at the TV, and it was awful. And I, I was like, what is this? What is this Pike's Women? I mean, it's like the whole bridge
I
crew
think
is
the
female.
word you used was harem.
Yeah, I did.
Harem.
I used harem. It's
Harem.
like, what the hell is this? And I still have problems with that. But then I watched it again, and I watched it and I tried to pretend I was somebody that didn't really give a shit about canon and just watched it. Is this an entertaining TV show? And as far as first episode Star Treks go, it really wasn't that bad. Like Jay said, it was okay.
Yeah.
And the next 2 are okay. However, there is a theme that shows up, and you don't really notice it in the first episode, except it's in the first episode. There is a huge and glaring example of this that cannot be missed. And they proceed to do the same thing in the next 2 episodes.
Okay.
If there is a law they don't like, they just fucking ignore it and do whatever they want. And that is endemic in this series so far. First episode, Prime Directive, fuck that shit. We don't care.
Yes. But James Tiberius Kirk wasn't exactly Mr. Oh, we can't do that. The Prime Directive.
Yeah, but
again, getting back to a piece of the action.
Yeah, but that was a society that was already contaminated.
Which this was too.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Yes.
That same attitude though is represented in the additional episodes, which starts to bother me because that makes it a theme.
I can almost,
if there's a rule we don't like, we can just fucking ignore it and do what we want.
Again, with good writing, you can work that in. That becomes the reason that it's so strengthened for future episodes. Just my 2 cents. I agree. It is a thing. But, he does, when they talk about it, Prime Directive, that'll never catch on. It's kind of like they're letting you know that this is new. Mm-hmm. So it's like, they're implementing this. We don't really care for it. Because these little jerkwater birds better, know.
The other thing that bugs the shit out of me is the canon violations.
Oh
Nurse Chapel. Nurse Chapel was not on the Enterprise until What Are Little Girls Made Of?
Yeah.
Which was like the second or third episode.
And who's Sam Kirk?
Yeah.
Guys, come on.
Nobody called him that except for
the guy with the mustache at the end. Who was that?
Freddie Mercury.
No, you saw him, right? The guy who survived. You see him.
That's Kirk's brother.
Oh,
but he wasn't on the Enterprise,
right?
Like ever,
right?
That's the thing.
Well, he is now.
Yeah, and it's like I understand the need to do that. It's to build the suspense and to tie familiarity with something everybody knows. I understand that. Don't like it, but
and what else? Oh, the shape of the engine pylons on the Enterprise is wrong. It's just wrong. for that
Alan.
era.
You've out-nerded even me, Alan. Congratulations.
That's those are the rebuild.
Actually, that's a 1701 B.
I can't. I'm gonna hang up because
I
this
won't.
is just
Well, I won't talk about the
no
next
one
few
cares,
episodes,
Alan.
but I'm just
It's-
saying.
Guess what?
There's a theme.
What?
with this
Guess
show.
what?
What?
Fiction, science fiction.
It is way more than that.
No.
Anyway,
Bless
well, I'm
your
just
heart.
find it-
Bless your heart, Alan.
I'm glad everybody did their homework.
I'm going to
Also-
watch some more. It's on Amazon Prime, so
Excellent.
Yeah,
yes, Brita. I'm sorry.
Jay. If you want to watch some excellent science fiction on Amazon Prime,
Mm-hmm.
I just finished the series. Watch The Expanse.
Ah, okay.
Oh
I
my
have
gosh. Oh my
I have
gosh.
heard other positive recommendations. So
It is really good.
I'm sad it's over. I'm absolutely crushed that it's over. Like
how many seasons?
you ever finish like six? You ever finish
Wow,
like
okay.
a series or books and it's like you feel like your friends are gone, like you miss seeing your friends or you miss reading about your friends. I felt that way after the David Eddings Belgariad. I read, oh my God, all those books. I don't know how 500 books, but I was sad when it was over, and I felt the same way after The Expanse. Sad.
There will
I mean, I can
be
go back and watch it again, but it's not the same, right?
No, it's never the same.
there will be no more stories of the Night Watch.
That's right.
Oh, I
Makes
know
me
that
very
too.
So I know the feeling.
I felt that way in
So,
1988 when
watch
Robert
Expanse.
Heinlein died.
Oh.
Yes, there'll be no more books about having sex with your mother.
That was only one.
Jay.
I mean, I love me some Heinlein, but man, he got some mother raper toward the end there.
It was just one.
The moon is a harsh mistress is one of my all-time favorites.
Oh yeah, that's
It's-
a great one.
It is literally on top of Fahrenheit 451 in my stack of books I'm reading again. So
Nice.
Yep. There's better ones.
yeah, oh yeah,
There's better Highlands than that.
yes, yep. But Mycroft Holmes, man.
Oh yeah. That's a great story. I remember reading that for the first time, being blown away. Like, holy crap! I can't believe they let this guy publish this book.
Is that the Mother Raper one or no?
No,
No, that is not the Mother Raper.
That's the one with the lunar revolution. where
Yes,
they
throwing
throw
rocks.
throw rocks at the earth. Yep.
That was
So what
was
else
that?
is
Time
going
Enough
on?
for Love.
Guys.
Time Enough for Love is the one where he goes back in time and has sex with his mom.
Yeah. It's a
That has
little,
like Back to the Future 2 vibes. Like, remember when Marty
Yeah.
went back and met his
Yep.
mother? And,
Yep.
yeah, totally.
And they kissed and went, ooh.
had a whole
He didn't say ew.
Luke and Leia thing.
Yeah.
Kiss
Anything else go on this week, guys?
My phone tried to catch itself on fire. My 3.5-year-old iPhone.
Yeah. Oh, which model?
10.
Oh.
It suddenly
Let
got
me back up.
it suddenly got like super crazy hot, like literally burn your hand hot. I couldn't hold it, and it just fried itself. And I set it on a cast iron skillet to be a heat sink, and turned it off and all that. And I tried to turn it back on. It was dead. It wouldn't. The lightning port wouldn't work. It wouldn't charge. It wouldn't turn on. It wouldn't do anything. I was like, well, shit, 3.5 years old. So I went to the Verizon store. So that was
You got
fun.
13.
I got 13. The 13 Max Pro
Whoa.
with the giant freaky camera. I'm not sure I like that. I don't know if I like that or not. Anyway, so the last few days I've been trying to get all my Apple things to sync up again and work right, because the phone, I had to like reset my watch twice, and it's just like all this stuff that is so interdependent. And then for some reason you change out the phone and suddenly nothing works anymore. So
that's why I'm trying to limp mine along as long as I can.
but it's nice having a chip phone. You don't have to recharge 3 times a day. So yay. That's nice.
So Alan got a new phone after it almost burned his house down. Apparently he thought it was a crock pot.
It did. It thought it was a crock pot. It was, I think if I didn't turn it off and put it on that cast iron skillet to suck the heat out of it, I think it would have caught on fire. I really do. It was on its way to,
Oh my God.
It was on its way to burning down the house.
So it was imitating a Samsung is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you think maybe like 3.5 years is the limit?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, they don't last much longer than that anyway, because Apple obsoletes them.
Right.
But and really, like I said, I was literally having to charge it 3 times a day to get it to last, because the battery was so shot. So, I was due for an upgrade. I was trying to eke it out till the next version came out, like this fall. I was just trying to, but I didn't make it.
Trying to drag it across the finish line.
Yeah, it just didn't work. So, oh well.
Oh, Alan's got a new phone. Didn't burn his house down. That's
Did
good.
not burn my house down. I'm thrilled. Yep.
Have we been following the exploits of our new press secretary?
No.
She's
I mean,
she's black and she's gay.
She makes Psaki look sharp.
She makes Kamala Harris look sharp.
I don't know if I'd go. I don't know if I'd go that far, but
maybe that was the intention. They meant to do that.
I just, when
that is the hardest job in the universe. Hardest job ever.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have to make Joe Biden look good.
Impossible.
What? Impossible. Yeah. It's an impossible job. Actually, on a certain level, I mean, okay, it speaks to my humanity, but I feel bad for her. I feel bad for Joe Biden because he's, senile and stupid, and my better nature forgets sometimes that he's an evil motherfucker. But they're all in it together.
The video where he's at the event with Obama and he's just like, he is the dorky kid at the party. He's just like following the cool kid around. Like, maybe some of it will rub off on me. Hey guys, I'm the president. I'm the president. Did you know I'm the president?
No one gave a shit.
And they're just like, whatever. We're gonna go talk to Barry.
Who cares, Joe?
Yep.
Sad.
I mean, I did. I almost felt sorry. And then I think of the poor bastard.
By you, Jay.
What's that? Oh, gas. Yeah, gas is. I gas up so infrequently. I'm like, it's like 4.25 at the BJ's near me. So we're on the lower side. Oof. Yeah, and then again, I also haven't gassed up in like 2 weeks. So.
Yeah.
You're saying could be $6 by the summer.
Again,
I'm hearing.
When is it going to happen where people are going to be like, tar and feathers? When?
$20. Remember, $20.
Christ.
I'd pay $20 a gallon to keep Trump out of the office. Like if that isn't the most elitist thing to say ever. It's like, I mean, man, just buy it. Oh, I have news on that. Apparently, they're already talking about brownouts in Michigan.
They're talking about brownouts all over the country, Jay.
Because well, just Michigan, because of air conditioning and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm trying to
Michigan.
figure it out.
You don't need air
Because-
conditioning really in Michigan.
Well, see, my guess is this is a global warming thing. You see, global warming is making the temperature go up, and we need more air conditioning. And I'm like, but the problem is you're running smack that you can't. I mean, I know being a Democrat means you don't have to be consistent, but you cannot say global warming is causing all this air conditioning, so much heat. Air conditioning is going to be running. We're going to run out of electricity. But if you can't afford gas, go buy an electric car. We can't keep the lights on in fucking Michigan. You got no business pushing electric cars, period. You got to fix that shit right now. Start building fucking nuke plants by the score. Because you can't keep the lights on in Michigan. Like, we're used to California not being able to keep the lights on because they're batshit insane. And the entire left coast is going to have severe problems with no diesel this and no internal combustion engine lawnmowers that. So all of a sudden you're just going to add, I don't know, millions of battery-powered lawnmowers being charged. That's not going to, affect the grid or anything. But now let's just dump millions of cars onto the grid. And that'll be fine. It's fine. I guarantee you the elites will still have their cars.
Oh, sure.
The what the hell is the term from I can't think of the series. With the girl Katniss and
Hunger Games.
Thank you. That the city, whatever. I got. Thank you. The people that lived there were just fine and had all their stuff and weren't starving to death. But
right,
that's DC. But
DC will be fine. Well, except for where they burn their houses down and stuff.
No. Alan, January 6th was the worst thing ever. It could never be worse than that.
Frida has a background effect turned on.
I didn't even know we could do that.
Just the one, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just kind of struck me that it's like not only is it bad, not only does the Democratic Party suck up to completely disparate groups. You've got the Ilhan Omar and then the LGBTQ plus ABIAO, which one group specifically wants to kill the other group. But now you're like, global warming means we can't run our air conditioners.
Right.
But we're going to replace the millions and millions of automobiles and trucks with battery powered stuff that needs electricity to charge it.
Actually, no, we won't, Jay.
Oh, we're going to hydrogen?
No. We're going to you ain't going to own a car.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to.
Yep.
The plebs will not have vehicles to go wherever they want. They will ride government transportation. That's the goal. You're right. There will not be enough electricity infrastructure to charge up an electric car for everybody. But that doesn't matter because it'll never have to.
Don't worry, though. We'll have electric tractors to harvest our food. I'm like, ooh.
Nope. No, those will be giant factories processing bugs for protein, and you'll eat synthesized glop.
They've been trying to get us to eat bugs for like a decade, especially.
Oh, it's been longer than that.
The UN, right?
I think the biggest problem is we brought it upon ourselves with lobsters because those are fucking cockroaches of the sea. I'm sorry.
They kind of are.
It's like you look at a shrimp and then you look at like a cockroach. It's the same damn thing.
I'm a little sad trilobites went extinct because those were some tasty motherfuckers.
Well, you got isopods.
Right.
Isopods are
close.
kind of like trilobites ish. Alan, you have a shellfish allergy,
Yes, I do.
like kind of a severe shellfish allergy.
Yes, I do.
Do you think you're also allergic to bugs? Like if you were going to eat bugs?
Well, they don't really test for bugs when they do allergy tests.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am not allergic to bee stings.
Okay, that's different though.
I know it's different, but
Yeah.
that's the only bug related thing I've ever been tested for allergy wise.
They don't test for if you ingest bugs.
I have accidentally ingested bugs, mostly when riding motorcycles and stuff. And it's never really caused a problem that I've noticed. I'll put it this way. I've probably eaten enough bugs that I would have noticed something, because man, one teeny little bite of lobster or one teeny little thing of shrimp, and if I even get it in my mouth, I have a reaction. So
do you have an EpiPen? Is it that
no.
severe? Oh, okay.
I don't have one, because I can tell when it's in my mouth. I can tell, and I can spit it out. So,
but it's not that severe that just that little bit causes the throat to close up. Okay.
Well, it causes a reaction, but it's not enough to make me, that little exposure won't kill me. Right.
I mean, if you were to sit down and eat an entire lobster, it'd probably be bad.
If I swallowed that bite, I'd probably have to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
because I'd have a reaction. But
you make a point not to risk exposure.
I try not to, because why would I?
Yeah. But it's not like there's some people that have peanut allergies so severe that if you opened a bag of peanuts near them and they inhaled it.
I question that. I do. I question that. That seems a little unrealistic.
Peanut allergies are for real.
Oh, I'm sure peanut allergies are for real.
Serious.
I just don't see. I don't buy. I mean, I don't have an allergic reaction from smelling lobster or smelling shrimp. So it's not. I mean, allergic reactions aren't really that way. I mean, maybe they go, ooh, peanuts. Get those away from me. But no, but the shrimp thing, I'm so sensitive to it that I can, if I eat something that has like a homeopathic level of shrimp in it, like.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
It causes a reaction. So I can always tell. It's that little, like a tingly feeling in the mouth. So.
Do your lips swell up?
Yes.
Some people pay money for that.
They swell up, and I completely lose my balance. I walk like I'm drunk. I fall over. It's a hoot. Yeah.
There is something that I'm allergic to. I don't know what it is. Once in a while, I don't know what it is. There's no pattern to it, because I'm a creature of habit. I'm very, very OCD. I have the same same snacks,
hummus and chicken.
Exactly, and skinless chicken. And every once in a while, my lips will swell. It's got to be like a spice or something,
some ingredient or something.
Yeah, and it's enough that like my lips swell up and kind of go numb.
Could also be like a cross contamination thing from something else in the
But I'm like, it's never been severe enough that, I've been bothered to go test for it. And it's not common enough. It's like maybe twice a year, if that. But yeah, just weird.
It could be like a seasonal in the air thing. And you think it's related to food, and it may not be.
Absolutely.
I've had that reaction. We went to a park one time and went for a hike in the park. And I got like my upper lip was all swollen, and I was all like, and it was just because there was something in the air that I was breathing while I was hiking in the woods. You never know.
Yep.
My mom, I'm going to tell a mom story. My mom.
All right. Hey, Brita mom.
Hi, mom. She watches our show every week, Friday mornings.
Don't buy a Jeep.
Ooh, that was pointed.
Anyway, so one time my mom went and I think my mom and my dad went to Las Vegas wherever out there in the Southwest. And they went to Vegas and they went to maybe Arizona, I don't know, but they went out into the desert, and it was springtime, I believe, and everything was blooming. And they went out into the desert, and my mom had such a severe allergic reaction that she needed to be rushed to the hospital.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
And to this day, nobody knows. I mean, because it was like some random weird thing out in the desert that her body just freak out. So it could be anything. No, she wasn't bit by anything. It was just like something in the air.
I'm allergic to giraffes.
Really?
Yep.
What?
First off, how do you know?
What?
Well, I'm allergic to pretty much all animals, and it's the dander,
Right.
the dead skin. It's not the fur. And when people are like, "But my dog doesn't have fur. He has hair," I'm like, "He still has skin, right?"
Yeah.
And I was in a I'm trying like a ranch.
I want to know about the
down,
giraffe exposure.
Yeah, I was at a ranch down in Texas, the G2 Ranch, in outside of San Antonio, Pearsall, Texas. And the owner bought his wife pet giraffe, just as it's a game preserve, as one does, and there were 2 baby giraffes, and they were like, you could go in and pet them and feed them, and they like carrots apparently. I'm like, and I just from being in the same area, I was like, okay, can't see, having trouble breathing, time to leave. So apparently there's a lot of, I mean, it makes sense. They're large animals, so there's a lot of dander. So
sure.
But I'm like, yep, I'm allergic to giraffes. So that's my fun. That's your fun J fact of the day.
All right. Good to know.
I have a giraffe allergy. I can only eat a little bit. No, I'm kidding.
You could probably eat the meat just fine.
Yeah, I almost certainly. I ain't got no problem with beef.
Speaking
cows
of beef,
are made out of leather too. Who's got a beef?
I had my first steak in like a year. Like steak.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why is it
not like a sirloin
a
I cut up and I put in? It just because it's so expensive, I've been avoiding it. You know, I've been like, oh no, I don't want to pay that for a steak. Get something else, you know. But we broke down and bought steaks at the butcher shop, and we went to the good butcher shop. We didn't buy it at the grocery store. We went to the butcher shop, and I got myself a porterhouse, which is like a T-bone deluxe. Because you get the little strip steak on the side, and then on the other side of the bone, you get like a bigger piece of the fillet, which is
butcher shop porterhouse. Good. That's now I'm hungry.
That's good meat.
However, I did a poll on our MeWe page, the Facebook or the Sqrpt MeWe page. I did a poll, and I was shocked to find that ribeye by leaps and bounds won the poll.
Huh.
That's good.
Yeah.
Ribeye's a good cut.
A ribeye is, I mean, they're all good, but you know.
I think we get just plain old sirloin. I don't know.
Sirloin is good.
We get steaks at BJ's. They're actually still fairly reasonably priced, like comparatively.
I'm still eating steaks from the freezer I bought when they were cheap last year still.
It's going to be time to thaw out the venison. That's where we're headed. So I want to make deer tacos.
I hope not to be super prepper or anything, but I hope everybody is storing food because with the diesel problem and the fertilizer problem and the lack of farmers aren't
get any cheaper.
Yeah. They've planted like half the land they normally plant this year, and it's just they're going to wind up whatever we do have. They're going to wind up shipping to some other fuckhole country because
like Sri Lanka.
They're going to starve. Yeah, Sri Lanka. Have you read about Sri Lanka? Do you know what happened there?
Yeah.
Their
Yeah,
woke
yeah.
ass government banned commercial fertilizer and said you're gonna fertilize your fields with organic fertilizer.
Yep.
Poop,
Well-
basically.
Yep.
Their
Well-
crop yields were so bad and food was so expensive that people in Sri Lanka are literally starving.
They're like full on
Literally.
rioting and like
Literally rioting and starving. They're gonna be eating each other before too long because
Oh,
there's-
we missed her.
that was
saw
Una.
a tail, an Una tail.
So yeah, so they're having riots. They're out of diesel. They're out of gas. The country doesn't have any money.
Because they used to export food for money, and now
Right.
they can't do that.
Exactly, because they're fucked up woke bullshit. You know, oh, we're gonna feed people.
So we're
with
supposed to
organic.
save everybody.
So that just tells you you can't feed the population of the world with organic farming.
Right.
That might work fine in your backyard for your tomato plants,
Right.
but you're not going to feed the world with this, organic bullshit.
Everyone likes to shit on Monsanto, but nobody's done more to stop world hunger than Monsanto.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, okay, I am friends with a number of leftists. Just people I've known for a long time and kind of overlooked that.
You must be a very patient man, Jay.
I think they're family members, Brita.
Most of them.
The only leftist
one
you
in
can't get out of your
particular.
life are the family members.
Yeah. One in particular had been throughout the pandemic posting all of the, we can't evict people and those evil landlords, how they have to be stopped from evicting people and this, that, and the other thing, without a hint of irony. Housing prices are really high. It's all those evil corporations buying everything up. And it's like, yes, motherfucker, because of your policy of, we can't evict people just because they're not paying rent. Well, guess what? When they don't pay rent, the landlords go bankrupt.
Yeah.
And they lose the property. And the only people who can afford the property are the mega corporations. So you are responsible for the mega corporations.
Yep.
So
that's how it works.
Yeah. That's just
I saw a statistic. I think half the what are classified as starter homes in the U.S. are owned by BlackRock and some other company. Between the two of them, they own like half of what you would consider a starter home in the U.S.
Yep.
And they rent them to people. So,
serfdom. That's where we're going. It's serfdom.
Company.
You won't own anything, and you'll be happy.
Right.
That's the goal. And you won't have to go anywhere because your government approved food will be delivered.
Soylent Green is people.
You'll work in the metaverse, so you won't have to leave your home.
Jeez. Cattle. I mean, we're not going to be serfs. We're going to be like cattle.
Yeah.
Right.
And they'll kill off most of them one way or another.
Right.
I mean, the coming famine in the next few years is going to kill.
Well, Africa's doomed.
And
but I think that's their intention, anyway.
I'm sure it is. And wait until the invasion from South America happens in the U.S.
You mean like it already is?
No, it'll be far worse than it is. Far worse. Every one of those people in these failed klepto states in South America are going to beat feet up the Central America to the U.S. because we're going to be the only country that still has food. Hey, look, it's supper time. Is he going to roar?
No.
No, hungry.
Hey, Ty, dish. You want your dish? Thinking about it.
No roar.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, knock on wood, the midterm election is absolutely the GOP's to lose. If they don't fuck it up, they're going to win both houses.
Handmaid's Tale, Handmaid's Tale, Handmaid's Tale. I see one more fucking red dress and a white hat. I'm going to fucking start throat punching people. Stop. Just stop.
But like Obama said about Biden, never underestimate Joe's power to fuck shit up. Never underestimate the power of the GOP to fuck shit up.
Exactly. They're not called the stupid party for no reason.
Right.
But, I'm just like, I understand history began this morning, but when gas was $4 a gallon under George Bush, it was, he's enriching his oil cronies. Now with Biden, it's, those evil corporations are price gouging. And I'm like,
sure. That's what.
Oh no, Jay, it's Putin's fault.
Well, no, they've gone right to corporations. It's the corporation's fault.
Putin canceled the Keystone Pipeline, and Putin canceled all the drilling and federal
and the leases, and
and Putin's the one that hasn't allowed a new gas refinery to be built since 1977 or something. I mean, it's all Putin's fault. So, yeah.
But again, people buy it.
Oh yeah.
Shay, do you have a show and tell?
I do. I have a special show and tell.
First off, show your shirt.
Yes.
Because that is an awesome shirt.
Oh, and here's where I show I can't.
Wait. Let me make you bigger.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Vera and Jane.
It's Vera and Jane forever. Yep.
Together forever.
Aww.
And then because we talked about Star Trek.
Yes.
There was only one possible show.
Oh, thank you so much. I wanted to see this so bad. Yes.
It is so big I can't show it all.
Oh my god.
This is a bat.
Oh my god. Jay, it's so big.
That's what she said.
Thank you.
Go ahead. This is okay for the true nerd.
Yes.
This is the Batleth of Kalas, who is kind of like Klingon Jesus.
All right.
He's like the Klingon's Klingon, if you will. It's like a ceremonial. He's Klingon Jesus, yes. Awesome. So yes, it is actually quite heavy, and very pointy. These are like legit. I would not want to get hit by one of these.
It is definitely pointy.
But, please promise me, Jay, if you have a home invasion, please.
I can see it
needs to happen.
I can see the story now, A home intruder attacked by naked men wielding a sword.
Yes!
Oh no, it was not a sword, sir.
Naked man wielding a giant lawnmower blade. Well, again, like I said, you come out with a gun, right? The guy breaking in is gonna be like, "Oh shit, I'm not going back to that house." You come out swinging this, they're gonna leave your whole fucking block alone. Like, oh, shit, I don't want no part of that. Stay the hell away. Guy came out swinging a lawnmower blade at me. So yes, this is my bat left. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Watch out! You're gonna cut your cord.
I know. You have to be very careful with bat lefts.
Was this a gift or was this something you bought for yourself?
No, it was a gift from a very good friend of mine many, many, many years ago. I have no idea where he got it, but it has a place of honor above my workshop in the basement. So when I'm building guns,
I was hoping you'd show it tonight.
That's like Star Trek. As I was like, what am I going to do for show and tell? And I'm like, the bat laugh.
Yeah, I don't have any Star Trek things. No, I don't. I almost bought. Remember back years ago, this is like pre-smartphone even. They made like a Bluetooth communicator that you could like tie to your cell phone.
Yeah.
I didn't even get one of those.
it's one of the things that makes me kind of want a 3D printer, because you can like 3D print a communicator. And I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but they, again, Jay, like you were saying, the technological limitations. I mean,
Yep.
this is so much better than a stupid communicator.
Yeah, exactly. The communicator is the size of a Motorola StarTAC.
Yeah, which is where the StarTAC came from.
Yeah, and it's just as limited, and not it's the StarTAC is actually more useful because you can text with it.
Yep.
You can't, the communicator just it's a walkie-talkie.
Yep.
Which again, kind of like, I mean, we know that they had portable phones in the Korean War. The old army phones like Radar O'Reilly had.
But those were wired.
It was they had them on battery packs, and
but they were still wired. They had to
fair.
have wires.
But again, the idea that you could have a phone that could be taken with you anywhere shouldn't have been beyond. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody predicted the smartphone. Well, actually, somebody did predict the smartphone. Jerry Pornell and Larry Niven in Moten God's Eye predicted so.
Blade Runner. We had replicants and whatnot, and phone booths.
Yeah.
I mean, even you were saying Back to the Future. There's phone booths in 2015.
Yep.
No, there aren't.
No, they were gone. Yep.
Does anyone else have a show and tell?
I don't.
Oh,
I do not.
Well,
there's a famous illustration from the 1920s, and I can't find it now. But it was one of those like predicting the future type images, and it showed people sitting around, and all the women were dressed kind of like flappers, like they were, the fashion kind of looked all 1920s, but the technology, there was phone with video phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the image very clearly where it was like they were holding a handheld device and it had like a satellite kind of dish looking thing attached to it, but it was clearly like a video phone.
Yeah.
So somebody thought of it.
I mean, the Jetsons were doing video phones, that vision of the future from the 60s,
Yeah, but that was like the video phone from 2001, the whole, it was, AT&T video phone. I mean, they tried to sell that thing for 40 fucking years and never got anywhere.
So George Jetson was born this year.
Yep.
Did you see that meme? I was like, oh my God. So you didn't see that meme? So apparently George Jetson is however old he is in the cartoon. But according to the cartoon, he was born in 2022.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, according to the math, 2022 is the year George Jetson was born.
We're already 7 years beyond the future of Back to the Future.
Oh, I know.
No flying cars, which again I will state is a good thing.
It was because Jetson promos explained the series. They were set exactly 100 years in the future. So they came out in 1962. So George Jetson was apparently 40 in the show. He was born this year. So everybody get cracking.
We don't have flying cars. We don't have household robots. Well, actually, we kind of
have Alexa.
Like a robot babe.
I got a robot vacuum.
My robot can turn lights on.
Yeah.
Until a robot can fold my laundry and put it away.
They have those actually.
They do have
those. They have they do have clothes folding robots.
And put them away?
Well, I don't know about that. It creates a stack of folded clothes. That's the part you hate.
Nope.
We're about to lose Jay.
Yeah, we're already beyond where my phone normally cuts out.
Anyway, it's the end of the show, actually.
Yeah, it is. We've survived another one. Hallelujah.
It's about the time when Jay's bladder says the show's done.
Yeah. Yeah, it is that time. All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks everyone for listening. Thank you too for sharing this hour with me. It was most enjoyable. And
Thanks for hanging out.
I'll try to be
More
1,000%
nerd
less
stuff.
nerdy next time. We will see.
Impossible.
I know. And
Inconceivable.
I want to record for the record that I did not utter a single pun or dad joke this entire hour.
Or talk about cryptocurrency.
I didn't mention that either.
Oh.
And we didn't really talk about cars.
Wow. I admire your fortitude.
It was tough, let me tell you.
I bet it was.
Cast iron will. All right. We'll be back next week. Bye, y'all.
All righty. Night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.